Hello everyone, welcome to today's video from Norway Chess Tournament 2025. This is round number 10. The first two rounds ended in draw and Carlsen and Arjun Erigaisi entered into Armageddon where white started off with 10 minutes on clock and black has 7 minutes. So this is a pretty interesting game between Arjun and Magnus. Arjun is widely known for his very aggressive style, extremely attacking player, trying to squeeze win in every possible opportunity. And obviously, the GOAT of the game, Magnus Carlsen, was playing. And it is always a great battle between these two. And this one is no lesser. So let's see what happened in this game. White started off with d4, knight f6, c4, g6, king's Indian defense, knight c3, bishop g7. Typically, white takes over the entire center, controlling all these vital squares in pawn control. How black usually responds is by challenging it with d6, followed by typically e5 or sometimes c5 as well. So these are possible fight for the center opportunities for black. In this game, d6 followed, bishop e2, knight b d7, this is typical, and bishop e3. Here Carlsen went e5. And what happens here is that you can also continue to develop your knight and then allow him to take and then probably knight captures. But then you have this two isolated pawns. But then you have a strong hold on this d5 square. That is another kind of battle that usually you witness. But here Arjun pushed d5. So what it means is white has got this fixated white color pawn structure. Typically b3 would come and then you will have this series of pawns on white square, which means this bishop will be of very little value, and this bishop will play some active roles in terms of building some attack on over h6, or sometimes if the knight comes over to c5, then you may also trade at some point in time. So these are some positional values for the pawn structure. And black eventually what will try to do is how look for ways to weaken this e4 square, and once the c4 is claimed or traded off, then they will try to attack on the c5 and then weaken this structure as much as they can and then try to win a couple of pawns. So typically they wait for the side to see what the opponent does and then castle, because already you have a long pawn chain and then it is easy to start attacking if you're castling early. So knight comes to c5, queen c2, adding more support to this e4 square. Then what is this point of a5? a5 is to stop b4 pawn push at some point in time, and also to claim some space, because you are cramped. You can see that you have a dark square pawn chain and then the bishop is locked, and you both the sides will have struggle in getting free play for their pieces, minor pieces particularly. So as much as that you are able to grab the space by pushing the pawn up the board, then you're also keeping more opportunities for your bishops to swing in probably at some point to a6 and then offer some sort of trade and do something like that. So in this game, knight f3 was played, then knight g4. So what is the point of this move? You have a double bishop and this is the most active bishop in the game, right? If you look at this bishop, this is like closed behind the pawn structure. The mobility of this is already in serious question. But then this is the most active bishop because it can potentially trade off or keep an eye on h6 and maybe go to even g5. So in this game, bishop g5 was played. And of course, f6 comes in, kicks the bishop, asking him where he wants to go. Because if you drop back all the way here, then your bishop, that square bishop, is also having little bit of crunched space. It doesn't have much squares to move. Although it is not a bad bishop, only thing is that it is becoming a little passive. So Arjun didn't like it. He just went for bishop h4, maintaining the pin against this pawn, also inviting g5 in case, if black wants to play. And Carlsen naturally goes and gives a good fight. So he goes for g5, bishop g3, f5. So what's the point of this move? f5, isn't it? Is it a good move or is it a bad move? Positionally, if you look at it, where is the attack? Yes, the king is exposed, but where is the attack? Which piece can threaten the king? Absolutely, there are no possible opportunities to attack the black's king. Though it is exposed, there is no active piece to take advantage of that exposed king. So f5 is quite usually played in this sort of scenario to take advantage of the fact that the bishop is locked and you can always push this and then try to trap. So this is one of the key ideas behind f5. It's also to weaken and challenge this e4 square. In case if the trade happens, then that's good. If the trade doesn't happen, then the trapping of bishop is also on cards. So knight goes back, adding more support. So what happens if he pushes? It's not getting trapped because here is a beautiful move. Like first you trade off the bishop with the knight, and as he takes, then you push this. Why you do that? Because this is a passive bishop. You are going to push this pawn at some point to free up this bishop. Then it should not be stuck behind the pawn chain. Like you will have a pawn chain from this structure. And you don't want a bishop to be stuck behind it, right? So you seize the opportunity to trade, and then as he captures back, you push f3. Now, yes, it can be played like this as well, like you take and then he captures back. And this is completely playable. Maybe if he takes it here, you can play the knight over to f3 or probably take with a rook. Both are possible. Yeah, Indian is also suggesting knight f1. All are playable. But in this position, bishop d7 was played and bishop comes back to f2. Now b6 is played just to strengthen the center. In case if there is a capture, you would like to take it back and maintain this open file and charge on g2. I mean b2. So b3 comes. Now comes g4. What is the point of this g4 move? At some point, you would like to trade and then move this rook, get in here, and probably even play bishop h3 and maybe go to g2, attack this rook and try winning put some pressure on this pawn. Maybe queen can also sometimes, transfer itself and then add more pressure on the king side. Though both the sides wouldn't be castling on the king side, they may go for the opposite side castling. Maybe long side castling is possible, but sometimes they drop the king up the board and then maintain, because it's close to a structure from both the sides. The possibility of attack on the king is unlikely, so they would either not castle and push the king up or castle long side. Both are possible, but certainly they will not go for the short side castling because they wanted to have an open file to attack. So the fight will be on the king side. Let's see how this happens now. White castles on the long side, rook g8, immediately going after this open file, semi-open file. So king b2, improvising the king and keeping this pawn protected so that the queen can be freed in case if there is any lines opens up and the queen has to move out of the way. Then these pawns are left protected, guarded by the king. Now pawn takes, knight takes. Here you can very well capture with this as well. This is quite a considerable move. You can also play this, but No, Arjun wanted to keep things a little complicated. Knight f3, bishop f6, rook comes to g2, g1, protecting g2 square, then bishop g4. So if you look at it, positionally, it is very much even, but there is a lot of action happening on the board. You have to remember this is a blitz Armageddon, and smallest advantage during the time scrambles can lead to a very significant advantage. So there is enough possibilities for both the sides to make mistake, and we are waiting for some exciting finish to this game. So although black has this double bishops, these long chain is holding up the king as a great defense, but at the same time he has to activate a lot of pieces like these rooks to get onto the king side. If at all, there is only one way to attack, just have to take control over this g5. So black has got a lot of work to do in terms of activating his pieces and build some pressure on the king side. So a3, just in case, this is a prophylaxis move, just in case, if a4 comes, then the pawn will be pushed. At some point, if they are trying to shuffle the knight and then try to come here, this is already like taken care of. So this is usually a very good way to keep the options open when it comes to the closing the position further. So if there is a pawn push, he will push it up and then close it. If not, then it avoids the knight coming to b4 square. So this is great. Queen d7. Now knight goes in, keeping an eye on c7 square. So king e7. You see, instead of castling, he prepares to move the king so that the rook again, stays connected. He could also castle, but then it unnecessarily invites a check, and then he will realign himself here and gain some sort of momentum, which Carlsen wouldn't prefer. So hence this move, king e7. Now rook d1, adding some sort of support to this pawn. Rook g7, trying to double. Now knight goes back. So the point of this move is to add more support here, and there are also ideas of possibly push this pawn himself and then offer exchange, and this knight will be unguarded in that scenario. So preparing himself for g3 break, and then maybe he himself want to just double up the rooks and fight on the g5. So king f7. Now you see g3 on board. Goes back, trades. So for some reasons, Indian doesn't like this move much. Possibly some sort of positional advantage that it gives for black. It says that black is slightly better, not much. Here white was like having some cruising advantage, like quite comfortable, but then here black is absolutely in good advantage. So now it goes and then trades. Now it comes with a check. You see that it comes with a check, and bishop is offered as an exchange. Now queen comes to h3. So far it's pretty much balanced, and both the players are down to like 3 minutes and 2 minutes time control. So trades, rook takes and takes. Now this position is absolutely even. Here white could simply grab this pawn with a check, with an attack on the rook, and after he comes back, he can go back and then start putting the pressure, try to grab this pawn at some point, and then you have two comfortable pawns, and this is clearly winning for white. But here, because there is a lot of time scrambles happening here, he pushed this pawn, which if he had taken like this is clearly even position. I'm sure Carlsen would have definitely put up a good fight and then saved this position. But then here comes the grave mistake. it took this. Now, what is the winning move? Can you find it? So if you want to take a moment, you can pause the video and try to identify what is that crushing move from white. I hope you had a good look at the board and found the solution. So I'm going to reveal the answer is queen takes h7. The reason is now the king is cut off from its territory. It is stuck in the middle, and there are series of checks that's about to come, and it's unstoppable. Now bishop g4, trying to create some sort of barrier so that in case if there is a way to escape, he would love to hide, but then here comes a check and king f5, knight d4, checkmate. So quite an illustrative game, because in terms of opening theory, both the sides were stuck to the theory for some time, and then they went to through the strategical decision points of not castling and trying to break on the g file, fighting for the g file. And as the game progressed, there were some small advantages adding upon, and white kept on playing some quiet moves like a3, and then knight coming back and then preparing for g3. So these sort of small improvisations added some sort of setting for future attacks. And once that was established, and when there was a time scramble, white seized that opportunity and grabbed the full point against the Magnus Carlsen. So thanks a lot for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any specific game to be analyzed, feel free to post it in the comments. I will review it in the next video. Thanks a lot.